How much would a $200 per month raise actually cost for about 85 million beneficiaries of Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, and VA benefits? I have all the details and a very interesting correlation of a separate program that is currently working right here, right now, sending out millions of checks every single month. I have all the details, so let's get into it right now. But if you haven't done so yet, or if you happen to be new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as information is changing very rapidly right now, but I'm here for you every single day with all the latest details, as my commitment to you and this community as a whole is to make sure that you're staying updated and staying tuned with everything going on, and ultimately helping you get all of the money, benefits, and anything else we can possibly get our hands on right now to help us with additional relief during this very, very tough time. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button right down below the video if you haven't done so yet. Welcome to the channel, and thank you so much for joining me. Let's get into this. All right, so as many of us know, right here in this community, the vast majority of people watching these videos do receive the benefits I just mentioned at the beginning of the video: Social Security, retirement, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA benefits, and a lot of other benefits as well. However, we do also recognize that many people right here in this community and many other people out in the world, millions and millions of people in this country, need additional relief on an ongoing basis. And we're looking to it in many different ways, right? A stimulus check, maybe ongoing stimulus checks, permanent raises to benefits, universal basic income, guaranteed basic income, maybe a $200 per month raise, whatever form we can get it. We don't really care what the name is. We just recognize that additional benefits and or additional money on an ongoing basis is something that many, many millions of people living on a fixed income need very, very badly right now, right? I mean, this is no surprise. I think all of us recognize this, and it is something we need to focus on. However, we do recognize that back in early 2020, and again, I've talked about this in a few other videos, there was that proposal that was introduced to send out a $200 per month raise to all of these beneficiaries, about 85 million beneficiaries across all of the benefits that I've mentioned a few times so far in this video. I won't go through the list again. You know the list, right? All right, but what would that actually cost? Here's what's interesting. I'm going to get into the numbers and the actual layout of these programs here in just a second. There's actually another program going on right now, sending out essentially the exact same dollar amounts every single month. So let me lay this out for you, and it's going to be a little bit eye-opening here when you see these numbers here for just a minute. All right, so as of right now, across all of these benefit programs, again, you know the list: Social Security, SSDI, SSI, VA, all of these benefits, there's about 85 million beneficiaries. Again, I've kind of gone through, I've added up all the numbers, and it comes out to about 85 million. Again, it's a little bit less than that, but I'm just going to put 85 million because let's calculate a little bit high, like, you know, the higher numbers, just because worst case scenario, if it comes out to be this much, you know, it's going to be this much. At least we're not shortchanging the numbers, and we know what it would actually be. So 85 million beneficiaries. If we send out all of these people on a monthly basis, an extra $200 per month, that would come out to be $17 billion every single month. Okay, doesn't sound too bad, right? $17 billion. Well, I mean, okay, it's $17 billion, but at the end of the day, it's not that much considering what we're talking about as far as these multi-trillion dollar packages and all of these other things. It doesn't really come out to be a whole lot. However, let's keep running through these numbers a little bit more here. So if we extrapolate that over 12 months, right? So 17 billion times $17 billion per month for 85 million beneficiaries, and we multiply that out by 12 months, it comes out to $204 billion over the course of the entire year for 85 million beneficiaries to get an additional $200 per month ongoing. It doesn't really come out to be that much. Again, $204 billion is, in the grand scheme of things, not that much money, right? Considering we're talking about multi-trillion dollar packages and hundreds of billions of dollars being spent on other things, it's not really that much, considering the vast majority of this money, the $204 billion that would be sent out on an annual basis to these 85 million beneficiaries, would most likely go right back into the economy, as many people receiving these benefits are likely spending all the money, or the vast majority of it, on rent, utilities, grocery, clothing, insurance, gas for cars, things like this, the necessities of life, right? We found this through so many other reports that we've discussed right here on the channel. However, Another thing that we could take into consideration also is if they happen to implement something like this, maybe they would look at it and say, okay, we agree to do the $200 per month raise for all these beneficiaries. However, we're only going to make it available for those individuals who receive a benefit under, let's just say, I don't know, $1,000 or under $1,500, whatever they decide. So again, that could cut the price tag down by a lot again. But again, we're just adding everybody, all beneficiaries, even the people that receive the highest Social Security benefits, which is actually a few $1,000s a month, right? So again, we're just adding everybody into this. But again, if they really wanted to, they could tune it down a little bit and make it, focused on the lowest income beneficiaries. However, let's talk about another program here for just a second. Now, many of you in this community are very aware of this, but just stick with me. This program actually doesn't pertain to the vast majority of people here in the community. However, it does pertain to a number of you right here in this community, but I still want to point it out because this is another program that is going on, well, pretty much right now, and these benefits are going out to a lot of people. Let me talk about this benefit and how these two programs are actually very highly correlated. All right, so this is in reference to the child tax credit payments. Again, I know that the vast majority of you here in the community may not be getting these benefits, but stick with me because these numbers are going to be a little bit surprising here. And for those of you who receive the child tax credit payments, congratulations. As I've said so many times in my previous videos, if you're eligible to receive the CTC checks, take them seriously. Please take the money if it's available to you. If you're eligible, if you can get it, take it because it's there for you to grab. So anyway, let's run through these numbers. All right, so the CTC, the Child Tax Credit Payments, is sending out monthly checks to about 38 million families and individuals every single month as a result of these monthly checks going out. The checks range from anywhere between $250 and $300 per month, ongoing per child through the rest of the year. Well, I'm actually recording this video in late 2021, so there's only a few more days left of 2021. So if you happen to be watching this video in 2022, maybe these checks will be continued on and will continue to extend. But as of right now, the last checks went out just a couple weeks ago in mid-December, December 15th. However, I anticipate with everything going on, these checks will continue on at least through 2022. So if you're watching it in 2022, again, these checks have probably been continued by the time you're watching this. However, let's keep running through the numbers on this program because you're going to find a very interesting similarity here. Here's what's interesting. Out of these 38-ish million families and individuals that get these checks on an ongoing basis, guess how much they cost on a monthly basis? Yep, you called it $16 billion. Well, remember back to that number I just gave you a second ago for the 85 million beneficiaries that we've been asking for a $200 per month raise. That comes out to $17 billion. So between these two programs alone, the CTC, $16 billion every single month, and the $200 per month raise that we've been asking for, $17 billion. Essentially the exact same, right? Now, how does that come out? Because we have 85 million beneficiaries and we have 38 million individuals and families drawing from the CTC. Here's what happens. The average payment for the CTC is a little bit over $400 a month. That's why the payments are essentially doubled. So it's half the people, it's essentially half the amount of people, or it's a little less than half the amount of people, but yet at the same time, the payments are a little bit more than double because it's based on number of kids. Well, the average household has like 2.3 kids, right? So that's why. So anyway, kind of interesting how these programs come out to be pretty much the exact same on a monthly basis. Now, again, if we extrapolate these out over the course of an entire year, of course, the CTC is going to be a little bit less than the roughly $204 billion for the 85 million beneficiaries at $200 per month. But regardless, between these two programs, if they did that, it would encompass about, what is the math on that? About 125 million families, or about 122 million families, roughly, and individuals. So here's what it would encompass, and here's what's amazing. Here's what I really like about this. It could be a program where we could send out monthly checks on an ongoing basis as a result of the CTC, just like they've been going out. Awesome. That takes care of individuals and families with kids under the age 18, 17 and younger, right? So we've got the younger and the younger populations, right? Families and individuals, they're taken care of as a result of the CTC. And then as a result of the $200 per month raise, this would also take care of maybe seniors, the elderly, people with disabilities. It would take care of all of these people as well. I don't know about you, but I really like the sound of this program. It would account for about 123 or so million individuals and families, all of which would be getting ongoing monthly payments anywhere between about $200 to about $415 or so dollars per month based on the programs that they're receiving. As a whole, over the course of the entire year, it would cost about $400 billion. Not bad, right? Considering all these price tags of these other programs that are going out, $400 billion is small potatoes, right? It's not that much. It's still $400 billion. It's almost $500 billion a year. But at the same time, as I said, as we've seen from so many reports now, most of this money that's going out is going right back into the economy. So if you're a lawmaker looking at this and you said, hey, we could spend $400 billion a year by sending out, about anywhere between $200 and $400 per month on average to about 122 to 123, 125 million individuals and families, and most of that money is going to flow right back into the economy. I don't know about you, to me, but that sounds like a no-brainer. Get it going, send the money out, because all that money is going to flow right back into the economy and ultimately pump everything up. At the same time, it's going to give people that extra couple $100 they need every month going forward to help them out with necessary living expenses, the necessities of everything. So I was running through all these programs, doing some research on a bunch of different things, and I came across this and I thought, that is way too weird. These programs are essentially sending out the same amount of money on an ongoing basis for millions of people, right? It just seems like a no-brainer to me, especially when we have all the evidence from the CTC, the child tax credit payments, and how these payments are really, really impacting families and individuals with kids, right? They've been proven to show that these payments are spent pretty quickly, and they're spent on the necessities, right? We've talked about this so many times. The vast majority, like 75% of those payments that are going out each month are spent on food. They've already said that, according to the report. So if we did that for another 85 million seniors, elderly, people with disabilities, people like this, what would that do? I mean, it would just dramatically improve the living, the situation for millions of people. I don't know. When I came across this, I thought, wow, this is just an absolute no-brainer right now. If lawmakers would actually approve this $200 per month raise for all of these beneficiaries, they'd essentially be doing the exact same thing that they're doing for the families and the individuals with the CTC. They'd be doing the exact same thing, except it'd be focused on the Social Security beneficiaries, SSDI, SSI, VA, all of these individuals who probably, in most instances, probably are not qualifying for the CTC, which again brings us back full circle to what many of us right here in the community have been calling for so long now, which is, hey, Congress, listen up. All of these beneficiaries also need some additional ongoing monthly support. So I don't know about you. Let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think of all this? But when I saw all these numbers and I saw this whole thing play out, the whole situation, I thought this is absolutely a no-brainer. Congress should get this approved immediately. No questions asked. This should be a done deal. Just like the CTC going out every single month, this would improve the livelihoods of so many people. Just an extra couple $100 a month would make a huge, huge difference, right? So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. I want to let you know what these programs would actually cost and how the correlations are so incredibly similar here when it comes to these couple programs and how these all lay out with all the numbers on an ongoing monthly basis, the number of beneficiaries, as well as what it would cost over the course of a 12-month period. Interesting stuff, right? So anyway, if you happen to be watching this in 2022, who knows? Maybe something has already happened by then, but we do know that there are a lot of changes coming out right now. And as we approach the end of 2021, as of right now when I record this video, we know that there's a lot on the table right now, and we know that early in 2022, there will be some changes coming here relatively quickly. So hope you're having a nice day. Thanks again for watching this. I really do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button right down below if you haven't done so yet. It's totally free to do so, and share this video with your friends, family, and social media. Right down below the video next to the subscribe button, there's a share button. Make sure to hit share that and share this with your friends, family, and social media. And of course, go back and check out any of the other nearly 2,000 videos right here on the channel. Thanks again. I really appreciate it. I'll catch you again later in the next video. Stay safe, and I'll see you again.